G'day guys, Matt from Vaping Australia here, back again helping to keep you guys up to date with the latest and greatest in herb vaping news and tech. Now for this video, we're going a little bit deeper into our Vaping 101 web series that's sort of getting Aussies in the know about herb vaping. So we're going to have a look at vaporizer chambers in this video. Now I touched on convection and conduction heating elements in a previous webinar, but now we're going to have a look at the actual materials that these chambers are made out of. Now, every vape critic's going to have their opinion on which chamber is better or why they like a certain style of chamber better than another. But in my opinion, as long as your vaporizer has a solid computing unit with a good heating element, you're going to be able to get some quality vapor out of it. So starting from the left here, we've got the Aldemaze Wow, which is equipped with a ceramic baking chamber. Now, ceramic is arguably the most common element used to make vaporizer chambers. It's in a bunch of different devices like the DaVinci IQ. We've got the Top Bond Nove, Flowermate devices, a bunch of them, all equipped with ceramic baking chambers. So ceramic obviously can be heated up to an extremely high temperature. So it's actually used for nails and concentrate and stuff like that as well. If they don't have quartz or titanium, they're most likely ceramic. So ceramic obviously doesn't have any odors or anything that it sort of exudes when it's heated to a large degree. So it's ideal for use with vaporizer chambers. Now, what does happen in my opinion is if you have a ceramic and it heats up too high, the vapor can sometimes get a little bit toasty. So you can get that near combustion flavor. So if you're dealing with a device like this, I'd keep it below 200, 210. Don't really push up that maximum temperature. So my sort of favorite, I'm gonna have to say, my go-to when it comes to chambers is glass. So I love devices like the Vaporizer series of vapes that have a glass chamber that you pack into, that you sort of obscure the heating element with, and that's how the vapor is generated. So unlike most of these devices where you're packing directly into the chamber, with the Vaporizer line of vapes, you just pack into this glass mouthpiece at the top, so your ground dried herb into the bottom where it has a filter screen, so it's not gonna pull through. And it's probably the purest way to generate vapor. There's no contact between the herb and the heating element, strictly heated air. So this is, so to speak, a pure convection vaporizer. Next we have the Hydrology 9, which comes equipped with a Teflon baking chamber. This is the first time I actually came across Teflon in the design of vapes, but it works very effectively. It's sort of got that non-stick component to it. Same as ceramic, it's odorless, has sort of a great flavor to it. So the Hydrology 9 in general is a convection vape that has an amazing flavor profile. So I'm yet to see Teflon used in any other vapes, but it's interesting. You know, see as sort of new technologies develop down the line, you'll see more and more things being used in the design of vapes. Some wax vapes in general come with 4 or 5 different atomizers equipped with so titanium or quartz or ceramic, so you can switch it up depending on your preference. The PAX has an aluminium baking chamber, similar to the Storzenbickel Crafty or Mighty. Now the PAX has a pretty great flavor profile. It's got the baking chamber in the bottom so that the vapor can be cool by the time it reaches the mouthpiece at the top. And the aluminium's great for that. It doesn't sort of act as much of a coolant as sort of zirconia or ceramic would. It gets the vapor a little bit warm, but as I said, this vape, it's got a bit of a long vapor path, so it helps to cool it down. And lastly, we'll touch on the Puffit X, which has a brass baking chamber. Now, brass is only used in the Puffit and the Vaporizer line of vapes, to my knowledge. Obviously, could be a few more out there, but the flavor that this thing just exudes is amazing. The brass has a very, very pure tasting flavor that comes out of it. And the chamber actually isn't that big, and it doesn't get that hot compared to some other baking chambers. So brass is something that I'd like to see used a little bit more regularly down the line. So obviously I haven't touched on all the different chamber styles. Some vaporizers come equipped with zirconia chambers or stainless steel, but I hope this gives you guys a bit more insight into the chambers that most vaporizers developed with. Thanks guys, and remember to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with the latest and greatest in vaping news and tech.